other people are seeing the hard work that you're doing. Like, what is the cause and effect of greed? Like, why this is so important to you, and why this is bothering you so much. Libra, welcome to your May 2026 reading, but of course this message is for you anytime you might find it.
As always, we'll be using our classic Mystic Compass spread, starting here at the north. This card will represent the area of your life that has to do with housing, finances, career, etc. And then we've got an action item to follow. Over here to the east, we've got our thoughts, mindset, focus, dreams, as well as an action item to complement. Down here at the south, we've got our passions, our belief systems, anything that gets us really fired up, that gets us going, and our motivation, as well as a corresponding action item. Over here to the west, we've got our feelings and emotions, anything that is touching us in a deep emotional way, as well as an action item that corresponds. Finally, we've got one card in the center to tie everything together to show us what exactly we are looking at as the main point of the reading of this month and how everything is interconnected.
Let's get started with the north. This is your housing, finances, career. And 8 of Pentacles is indicating to me that you have been doing a lot of hard work, or rather that that hard work is required of you this month. And this is something that you are, other people are seeing the hard work that you're doing and are admiring this. You are only on the time crunch that you've placed for yourself. You don't have to be on anyone else's timeline. So even if you think that it might have taken someone else 3 months to complete a project, it's okay if it takes you 6, or it's okay if it takes you a year or more. So you are on your own timeline. You do not have to be succumbing yourself to the expectations of others. Others, no matter what, other people are seeing the work that you're doing and they're valuing that. Okay. Let's see, what is your action item over here? 7 of Wands. Okay, Libra. We are taking a little bit of a step back from the hard work, and your action is to take just like a little tiny half step back and try to figure out why you're doing this hard work in the first place. Is it something that is really aligned for you, or is it just something that you think you have to do? Is this something that is in your best interest and the best interest of others? Is this a passion project of yours, or are you sort of like walking through the dark? Okay, so we're just like figuring out why we're doing this, and like get really clear on that and figure out if this hard work is really aligned. And which aspects of the hard work are really aligned. Like maybe you're willing to put in 10 hours a day, but you're not willing to put in 12 hours a day. Something like that. Like you have to create these boundaries for yourself, but before we even create the boundaries, we have to know why we're doing something in the first place. All right, let's move it over to the east and see what has been on your mind, ruminating through your thoughts and your dreams. 4 of Pentacles. You're thinking a lot about greed. For some of you, that means corporate greed. For some of you, that means the greed that you see in other people. And you're thinking about the balance of that. Like, what is the cause and effect of greed? And where does that really play out in your life? And maybe the reason that you're working so hard is to overcome or to balance out the scales of greed for other people. You know, like that's definitely possible for a lot of you. But you're thinking about greed in terms of something tangible. Like, why are people being greedy with resources, money, time, anything, right? Why are people hoarding resources? Why are people why is there a housing shortage? why are people buying so many houses and there are not even enough properties for people to rent, even though there are more than enough people to existing on the planet to fill those properties? These are the things that are crossing your mind, Libra. Let's see what your action item is over here. Temperance. So you're being asked over here to think about what would balance the scales. What would create peace for you and for others in terms of this whole greed concept? What would put things back in flow? Instead of a hoarding of resources or a blocking of resources, what is gonna keep the resources ongoing, coming in and out, where all they need to go and to whom they need to go? This is a lot to think about, but by finding the peace, you are able to, in all of this, you're able to better navigate next steps and figure out how it is that you want to proceed in life and what you can teach others about how to proceed in life. Because there is some aspect of you that is in a position of power or is coming into a position of power, and you don't have to be just the laborer anymore. You're on your way to being in a position where you really can make a difference in a leadership position for others. Down to the south, let's see what we have for you in terms of your connection to the divine, spirit, goddess, God, etc., and your passions, your higher self. We've got 5 of Cups. So a lot of you are beating yourselves up because you feel like you've strayed from the path. Like maybe you had a strong spiritual or religious practice once upon a time and you just don't anymore. And so you're beating yourself up about that. Some of you it's the reverse, where you're judging and beating up on others for the same reason. Where maybe you are a parent and you have adult children that have moved on and moved out of the home, and they are not expressing the same level of interest or the same commitment to religion that you did once upon a time. So these are the types of things we're looking at here, and like why this is so important to you and why this is bothering you so much. Let's see, what is your action item here? 10 of Swords, Libra. 10 of Swords, Libra. This is a warning not to overthink or ruminate or allow yourself to become depressed or anxious about, and not like limit yourself in thoughts or beliefs. Everybody's on their own journey. It's okay if you're not the perfect good Samaritan. It's okay if you're not the perfect practitioner of whatever modality, religious or spiritual modality, that once called to you or still does. We're not overthinking this. We're thinking yes, everybody makes mistakes because we're all human beings, and we still have good attributes to us. All of us have some good attributes, even the most evil people on the planet. I really do believe that. And so this is just an invitation not to overthink things and not to let's say make a mountain out of a molehill, so to speak. So like, yes, if you can make a mistake, but that doesn't mean that you have to freak out and think that you're the worst person ever, all because you made this error. We're all moving on, we're all learning, and that's fine. Let's go over to the west and see what we have in store for you in terms of emotions and feelings and relationships. 6 of Wands. I love this card. Okay, Libra, this card is a card of community and magic and spiritual meaning. So how do you interpret your feelings in terms of this spiritual community? How do you, are you feeling like you're part of a spiritual community? Does your spiritual community allow you to feel deeply? These are all questions for you. Let's see, well, what is your action item over here? Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Have you taken a risk or a gamble on a spiritual community with your feelings? Are you being vulnerable in this community? This is your opportunity, your challenge and opportunity to be vulnerable with people in your community. You could, maybe you attend a class, a dance class, an art class or something every single week. But the people in this class, and you've been doing this for a year, but these people don't even know anything about you. This is your invitation to open up to at least one person in this community and share with them a vulnerability, something that you're struggling around, something that you are like wishing that you could say out loud to someone, but you're finding it very difficult to actually say out loud. This is your opportunity to do that. Okay, Libra, one more card in the middle to tie everything together here. We have the Star. This is a sense of hope. Where can you find hope in the world? Where are you giving the opportunity for others to hope and dream and create? It's interesting because earlier we have our Temperance card here, and now we have the Star. This is the hope. Hope is coming from the ability to find a sense of peace and feel a sense of calmness from which we can envision a better future. This is so nice. All right, Libra, it was such a pleasure. I will see you all next time. Please be sure to check out your Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus sign to get a fuller picture of your month ahead. Bye.